Hello. Good morning, guys. How are you? Very well. Sorry for my voice that is cracking. But, allergies. The first thing in the morning that I have with this crazy weather is allergies. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to have a bit of mate to clear my throat a bit because and the smoke doesn't help as well. But yeah, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Just that I think that maybe we are very close to autumn or fall. So I don't know. The weather feels weird here all the time. So because of the humidity. And also my hair looks crazy because I did wash it last night and I didn't dry it properly. So, hey Akira. So I have crazy hair day. But it's clean. It's crazy, but it's clean. I have to go to the hairdresser soon. I do have a lot of hair, so it's not easy to tame my hair. It's crazy all the time. So the only one that knows how is my hairdresser. Yes, it's going to be spring soon. So I wanted to show my earrings, but I don't know if you can see them. These are Pisces season inspired. Are like seahorses. I don't know if you can see them. Hey Marushka. Yeah, so cute. Yeah. I mean, it has like a shape, but I don't know if you can see these are handmade. The woman does them. She's an artisan, so she does it by hand. Very Pisces. Very Pisces. I feel you. Spring slowly is starting to kick in. The worst season for people to have allergies. Yes. Yeah, we're on opposite ends. You with spring and me with fall. Allergy season. Yes. How are you, Mariska? How are you today? Pisces season is so difficult, guys. I swear. I swear. All I had been hearing is people like having injuries, people having like some health issues. I have also one of my aunts, it's like in the hospital, she has like some respiratory like complications, It's tough in here. It's tough. I don't know what's going on with Pisces season, but I feel like it's very heavy. It's very heavy. Like every person that I talk to, they are going through something. So I hope it gets better. It gets better. I know Mercury entered Aries, but I don't know if in moments of need, a Mercury in Aries, it's going to help much. But at least we're going to hear the truth. I don't know. This year, a very famous type of trees that we have here, they're supposed to start blossoming. Now, actually, blossom since January. Yeah, we have them. We have a specific also for autumn or fall. We have also a specific type of tree that is the one in charge of creating sort of allergies, like the one that spreads these sort of particles in the air that it gets stuck in your throat and you start coughing like crazy. Yeah. Yeah, in fall and also in spring, there's another tree as well. Do you also have a lot of weird dreams during Pisces season? No, no. I mean, I don't consider my dreams weird because I usually remember very well what I dream. And when I wake up, I have the feeling of knowing that it's a dream. And I do remember them, but I don't like, I don't know why I don't hold on to the information. Like, I'm fully aware that it's a dream and that probably it's a mix of what I'm going through, or if I have concerns, if I have worries, if I have some kind of anxiety about something. I know it comes from me, like it comes from my unconscious. So even if I dream about specific people, the other day I dreamed about BTS members. I was laughing so much because this about dreaming about idols. Maybe it has to do with me pulling cards for a lot of them, so they are here installed somehow in my dreams. I never dreamt of them before. I never had them in a dream. But this dream was so chaotic because I was supposed to get to the airport with Namjoon, with RM, and I don't know why, like I was like I had all my papers, like I knew I had to be ready. I knew I had, I'm always someone that prepares ahead. But I don't know why when I looked, I was running, and when I look at the watch, I was already late. Like the plane was supposed to take off like at 11 a.m. and I was like 10 minutes away, like, and I had to run through the streets, and then to get to the plane, I had to get into this very uncomfortable ladder. It was like, it wasn't like a stairs, like it was like a ladder, a circled one. And I was like looking for the papers, I guess for the passport. I don't know. And I was so nervous because I couldn't find it. And the person, like I was getting closer and closer in line to being asked, for the flight. The flight attendant was going to take the tickets, I guess. I guess it was the tickets, but I couldn't find it. And then I woke up. But then, like, I also had another instance, like in another scene where I don't know why I feel like Yoongi was hitting on me. Like, I don't know. It was so weird because he was dreaming of Yoongi with long hair. And in him, his very Moon in Virgo vibe, him being very like not romantic, but I somehow was like, he was also like expecting me. I don't know if I had any interest on a BTS member. I don't think so because I didn't remember feeling anything. I don't know if it was for JK. Like, I know it wasn't about all the members. No, for example, I don't remember Jimin or thinking about Jimin. I don't remember Taeyong. So I guess it was supposed to be like I remember RM that he was going to go on this trip with me. Then Yoongi, that we had a sort of conversation where he was like, "Oh, I hope we can meet again, or I hope I can see you." But there was something about him sort of implying like, "You have to choose me." I hope you choose me to go and see him. I knew I was on my way, but like I don't know if he was suspicious that I was. I think JK also was involved, but I wasn't interested in JK. But I don't know if he thought that I was. So we had this exchange of this very weird conversation about like where he was acting like all mysterious and detached, but sort of like being like, I hope you choose me when you get here. But he was surrounded by other musicians, so it was weird. But I don't know. It's just weird. Oh, I hope she gets better. I'm not doing very well either. Oh, I'm doing surprisingly good, even with the spring allergies. It's been getting better. Thank God for medication, acceptance, and gratitude. Hypnosis too, otherwise. Yeah, I know, Marushka. Or let's grab all the tools that we have, please. Yes. Here is the jacarandas. Yeah, we do have them here, jacarandas. They are beautiful. They're purple, but they are not supposed to blossom in January. Yesterday was his birthday. I know. And I was like, maybe I was, I don't know, because it was his birthday. Maybe I was like, but Jung is not my bias. Like he is my favorite. Like when it comes to the style of music that he creates, he is my favorite. Agusti. But I don't know. I saw a side of him that I think that, and this is something that I get with dreams, that I'm able to tell you. It's not about the details of the dream, but I think that there's something about me remembering how I felt in the dream. So that I can tell you. Like that's why I can talk about it, because I know I felt like, for example, the urge or the anxiety of not making it on time and running to catch the plane, and all those things I did get. So it's so weird. Like I have that. In the dream, I know it's a dream. Even though I feel that the energies are special. Like for example, when I had a dream with Jaehyun and Monsta X leader with Shonu. That also it was very very real. It felt very real, but I don't know. I think that it's because I read for them, maybe. So that's why I dream of them. But it's always very. Usually they don't talk. They don't talk. But in here, I believe like Jungi was like sort of telling me something, like giving me a hint of when you come here, I guess when you land there, when I go there, that he was hoping that I show interest in him and not in the others, or not in a specific member. But I don't remember in the dream having like, I remember JK, but I don't remember seeing JK. So I wonder if maybe he was jealous of JK. I don't know. Hey Samara, that's a fun dream. I hardly ever dream about celebrities as well. Last time I dreamed my family, because was a place. I dreamed my family house was a place of dating show, and TXT was there. It's so weird, guys. It's so weird. It's so weird. I don't know, but I do remember them. And that's why I'm always very. I'm not suspicious of my dreams, because I know it's a dream, but at the same time, I want to express how vivid, it seems. You know, like a real encounter, like because I remember it after I wake up. So it's weird. Maybe, maybe, maybe. But I don't know about like with idols. I often have these different scenarios with different members, but there's like definitely there's from them I get this. Their intention is for me to choose them, like look at me, like pay attention to me, even if there's other people, choose me about the others. So in that sense, I wonder what it means. Because they're always, even the ones that are shy, the ones that are not saying a word, but they want me to choose them. So I wonder what that means. I wonder what that means. One time I had a dream that BTS had to perform near my home, and I was hugging Jin and won't let go. He's not my bias, and I don't remember anything specific that made me dream that. I haven't even. Aww. Dream about other idols, seriously, that was out of nowhere. Yeah, and also it's weird because it's not usually, I mean, in my case, I don't dream of my bias. I dream of other members that usually I don't pay attention to them. Um, so maybe that's why they're like, choose me or focus on me. I don't know. I don't know. Usually when I had a situation, I had a dream where Jaehyun was with me in a dream, but he was the one that was very close to me. He was buying me things, you know, and I had a very brief moment where I saw Yuta, and I would get very excited in the dream, you know, because I would want to go to him, but he would be very like distant, very in the distance, very far away from me, and sort of he would act like he just wasn't interested, or he wasn't paying attention. He was just being goofy with the other members or with other people. I don't remember exactly. So that's what I get. That it's not that I have a dream with my bias. Like no, I think I see my bias far away, like you know, like busy with someone else or just like not in the picture. And then the one that is in the picture is the one that I probably am not that interested. But I can sort of see through the corner of my eye that they are over there, that they are there, even though I'm not paying attention to them. They are always there, like always, like a shadow, you know, sort of want me to pay attention to them. I had a dream with Jamie this week. I don't remember what it was about. Only I felt good overall about whole interaction. Ah. Yeah, Taemin is going through a very special moment. So, and also we talked a lot about Taemin last week. Are you watching any K-dramas, guys? Hey, Chachalino. My friend who doesn't even like Twice said had a dream about meeting them at a dance practice, and they were all very nice, except Taeyong and Nayeon, who bullied her. So specific. Oh my. Okay, guys, I will tell you what I have for today. I have Bada Lee, the choreographer, and her, and sort of, it's not a friendship reading, but it's like well, a dynamic reading with SM artists. How do they feel about each other? How do they feel? What do they think about her and her work? So yeah, let's see what comes out. Then I have a friendship reading for another choreographer and an NCT member. It's going to be for NCT Taeyong, and this choreographer LeeJung, that she has actually, I believe she has created a lot of, I know she's from YG, but she has created a lot of choreographies for Taeyong and NCT. I remember her. She's so cute, and also she's so, like, I love her energy. Also, this for Blackpink or Jisoo romantic life for this 2024, this has been very requested, like constantly, I would say. Like, normally I don't focus on that specific part. For whoever is interested in a reading for Jisoo, I do have a reading that I did for her 2024. In one of my live streams for Capricorn season, I did read for her. And I don't know, I was like, okay, I'm not going to be specific, like specific details about her love life, but let's see what comes out. And also because, I don't know, I think that the reading that I did for her, that I pulled the cards for her for 2024, actually I didn't get this vibe of, it's not that it was negative, but I feel like it was a bit like, I don't know, it left me a bit like, it wasn't negative, but it wasn't like exciting either. So maybe, I don't know, maybe in the romance department we can see something like a bit more cheerful. I don't know. Let's see what comes out. Then I'm going to do a reading for the group. How is that group pronounced? 18. The one that has like the, I'm going to spell it. Let's see. The high, I believe they are Japanese. How is that pronounced? And team. Thank you. Thank you. And team. Okay. It was it was so easy. Like, I'm sorry, guys. It's just that I have to check because, you know, I'm not an expert on English, and I'm like, But yeah, it was easier. Like, yeah, because the it's like it's the representation of and. Okay, it was simple. I just had to think. It's just that I haven't seen this group. Like, I don't know. So I'm not familiar with. Yeah, a reading for them for this 2024. Let's see how it goes. And then I'm going to do a personality reading first, and probably I'm going to pull some cards for RIIZE member for Eunseok. Eunseok. I believe he is another Pisces. I don't know why I thought that he was an Aries. No, he's a Pisces actually. I mean, I'm going to do a personality reading first because I haven't read for him. I believe that I don't know much about him because I know he's from RIIZE, but I usually do know something about some RIIZE members, but for me, he is a mystery. So I'm going to do a personality reading first to see what he's about, and then let's see what's available for him this year. I've seen readings for Blackpink, and all of them say one of them is very distant, and about half of them says Jisoo, and the other half say Rose. Yeah, I kind of agree. Akira, with this. I don't know what's going on with. I mean, when it like tarot readings aren't supposed to be exciting or just like tarot readings are just tarot readings, and probably there's some moments in our lives where there's not much going on, and that's the reality, not and also the celebrity life, we only see what they post or what they do on camera, so that also cannot be like a glimpse of what happy life they have. But for Jisoo and Rosé, for them too, I usually experience this sort of pessimistic vibe, that, and then they get the opportunities, because I see them working, but I don't see fulfillment. I don't see like emotions, I would say. I don't see that. The cards doesn't show me that. So I mean, it's very different from the other girls, from Jenny and from Lisa, even though they both have their challenges as well. There's a sense of them of being like, okay, I'm going to make it anyways. Like, I feel sad about this, or I feel like frustrated about this, but I'm going to do something about it, or I feel this about it. They are, much more like passionate, I would say, inside. Like they feel like it's personal. When things don't work out their way, they have this very passionate inner strength that is like, okay, I have to fight this. I have to overcome this. I have to do something about it. In their own different styles, because this is not about like literally go and fight people. No. But it's like, okay, from my energy, what can I do? What can I do? And also them feeling very powerful in themselves, them knowing that there are some things that it's up to them, that they sort of are very responsible of how they feel. When they feel down, when they feel like things are not fair, they sort of reflect on that and they try to change their mindset. But when I read for Rosé and Jisoo, I always get this very detached vibe. The cards don't tell me much. It's like, yeah, this is happening. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, that's it. So definitely they are both. But the good thing is that the girls are okay. They are not. They are not in the dungeon anymore. They are okay. They are doing well. But I think that about sort of self-actualization. When I don't get cards of transformation, like I'm going to change or I'm going to, maybe their Saturn return hasn't hit yet. So the girls are not that emotional. So the cards don't show it either. But it's different energies. I mean, people like this are like I usually get clients like this as well. This is why you cannot compare. It's not easy to compare. Of course, that the four of them are different. But every time I pull cards for them, I feel like there's not much to expand. I don't get, even if I have to pull cards, I don't feel the need to do it because it's like the reading is very short. It's like, yeah, this is going on, yeah, this is how it's going to be. That's it. That's why Lisa and Jenny often get like videos, like a full video, because there's always something deeper, that the cards want to say about their journey. It's been the same for many years. It's my heart. Blackpink days, especially Jisoo was like that. She always showed us not very connected, or she was more like she shows she doesn't get what she deserves. Yeah, I had to sort of adapt to that message because at first I was like, maybe there's something that I'm not seeing about the girls, when I pull the cards. But as the year passed, I'm starting to get used to the idea that the cards that I get and the vibe that I get is the vibe that it is. It has to do with personalities, definitely. Maybe the Aquarius influence. Yeah, I believe it's the Aquarius influence, definitely. I think so, Charlina. I think so. I think so. Believe that but for them it feels very cold, very like like cold and like it is what it is. It is what it is. And nor also I don't see them like being unhappy. Maybe people are like, oh, because they don't get much options, they don't get this, and Lisa and Jenny get this. From what I get in the cards, there's not much like fighting, like resistance coming from them. Like, okay, like I see that I'm not getting what I want, I'm going to fight. No, it's like acceptance, sort of. Rosé used to have a lot of passion in her initial Blackpink career. Yeah, I don't know. I think that her energy feels very far away from maybe from being an idol. Maybe it seems like her energy is like far, far away, far away, far away. I think with all their experiences in this business, maybe they are happy with what they gotten so far. Yes, maybe. Yes, they look done being K-pop idols. Yes, yes. Yeah, because I mean the this is what I get. The artistic or the creativity is there, so the girls are using it. They are using it either for their personal lives or for, you know, um, thank you, Akira. That's so creepy. Same, I don't blame them. I remember Jenny publicly asking for more comebacks and ended up doing what they train for every 2 years. They seem happy being celebs. Yes, But when I think that they train for years for something they barely experience, kind of sad, even though they're successful in their areas. Just that if you see like all these people leaving the companies, like there's a reason. There's a reason. This is why when I read for Taemin the other day, I read for Taemin and Baekhyun, and I got this very important, I believe it's a very important message. I'm new to K-pop. I don't know how, the industry has been working, ever since they started. I don't know much. But what I get is that things are changing for the artist that decides to walk away from such a famous or traditional institution or, celebrated company, like SM, like YG. One day we can maybe even see Hive artists like leaving Hive at some point, and I see that the artists, there's a sort of like, maybe in the past there was like a bit of shame or there was a bit of backlash. Maybe they used to get a lot of criticism for leaving these famous companies, that you're like, oh, you are so ungrateful because there's a lot of people dying to be part of this company, and all of a sudden you're just walking away. What are you doing? And I think that idols are reviewing where their loyalty is. Because at the end of the day, yeah, of course that the company has the resources, to give you the spotlight. But it also has to do with your charisma. I mean, if you have the potential, if you have the talent, and if you have the fans, you can go wherever you want. The fans will follow you. And also there's fans that are just happy that their idols are walking away. There's like hate them. There's people celebrating because it doesn't have to be the tragic, and also I think that people are like, oh, but what happened? I wonder what happened, what did they do? What, like, sometimes it's not, it's just a business relationship ending. It's not that it doesn't have to be that mysterious or that traumatic. But why? Because these idols that they walk away from their former companies, they are continuing working. They are no longer hiding in the shadows. They are no longer hiding and leaving the country. And because back then when you used to resign, maybe you had to hide or somehow like this, or you were like, somehow tormented and you had to walk away from the business industry. Because there could have been some repercussion, maybe people criticizing, maybe people like blacklisting you, I don't know. But now it's different. Now that the idols finally are speaking up and are taking ownership of like, okay, I want to continue my artistic career, I want to continue it with another company. And even if this is from a famous CEO, if I don't like it, I'm going to go and look for another. And that's valid. In second gen, walking away from company was a career killer most of the time. Yeah. But now the idols are taking a sort of pride, and they are like, okay, like, yeah, we're walking away, like I'm deciding this, I am deciding this, like no one kicked me, like no one like there's nothing like, I'm deciding I want to change. So times are changing, yes. And also, like, because I was noticing in my TikTok video about Taeyong, and people just get like depressive all of a sudden because this is what they do, and sometimes I'm like, okay, like this is silly, because why would you think like, oh, something negative must have happened, or maybe because there was a TikTok that I did also about Key and Mino deciding to stay, and I said that it had to do with information, maybe they had dirt on SM, or maybe SM has dirt on them, and there were already like people in the comment section panicking, like, oh, what if it's extortion, like, and it doesn't have to be like that, guys. It doesn't have to be like, you have to observe this. Like, Key got a card of the King of Swords, and from Mino's perspective, he had the Nine of Cups, like a wish come true. So at the end, even though they suffered, or maybe they had experienced some negative eras, or everything with the company, at the end they're getting what they want. They are getting what they want. This is what they're saying. So I think that sometimes people just love to see or to think of idols, of 30, almost 30-year-old idols, as these very innocent creatures. Like, they are part of the industry. They know how it works. They know how it works. So don't get in this vibe of like, oh my God, what are they doing? What is going to be of them? Like, they are not children. They are not children. So I don't know why people are like that. People just have zero. And also they don't have, like, sometimes when I do the readings, I think that my English is not perfect, but people just don't know how to listen. They don't know how to listen to an interpretation. They already jumped into crazy theories and just like they create their own narrative about what it means, or what else is hidden in there. And no, it's just a business transaction. It's a business option, TikToks and their theories. Yeah. People just don't know how to listen. They don't know. And I'm just amazed, I'm like, wow, is there still people like that? Like, people that get obsessed because, oh no, they are going to suffer. Oh no, oh my God, I wonder what's going on. Like, nothing is going on. They are just business people. Like, I don't get it, guys. I don't get it. Like, sometimes I'm like, People saying for years that Jihyo and now Banchan can't leave JYP because they know too many secrets and they are trapped forever. That, definitely the leaders in JYP, if they're staying, is because some of what they are being offered resonates with them, and they probably have a loyalty. To the company, or to what the company promotes, what they offer them. Of course that we're different. We're individuals. You cannot expect, like, this is something that I think that people are just so, like, they think that the members have to follow each other like ducks in a row. Like, oh, whatever you decide, we will decide too. And no, guys, because it's called maturing. The more you experience, the more you go through, the more individual, I hope they are able to make individual choices, and not follow everyone around. For example, I hope they go and live together. I hope that, like, all of them together, all of them crawl in a small room together, like, like in the training days, they used to live together. And now that they are in different dorms, like, I think that the relationship changed. Like, do you listen to yourself? Like, I sometimes I'm like, oh my God, like don't you like have like probably the perception that maybe idols want to be left alone from time to time? They want to live alone, have their own bedroom, their own place, and they don't want to see their coworkers all the time. Like, my God. I could 100% see Stray Kids pulling a GOT7 and leave the label at some point. But you know why GOT7 was able to live like that is because probably all of them experienced the same. All of them. None of them were like, oh, my experience is different. I got some liberties, or I got some good things out of this. No, no. All of them, the members experienced the same. They experienced the same disappointment, or maybe they were like, okay, this that you are giving me is not enough. So it must have been a very, a very heavy moment, like a very heavy experience for a whole group to decide to leave. That's why they say about Red Velvet and Solchi said that now that they don't live together, they get along better because they used to fight a lot and fans noticed. And indeed, the Cold War between Wendy and Erin, that was too obvious. Yeah. They need their privacy, guys. They need it. They need it. They need it. They need it. Definitely. I don't know how, for example, I'm an only child. And I had worked with groups all my life, so I'm very generous. Like, I'm not, I like hanging out with people. Like, I never been like, the kind of only child that is like, oh, this is mine and I'm not going to share it with people. No, actually, I love to share. I love to be like an older sister for others. But there are moments where I need to be alone. And this I had experienced in relationships as well. Me living with someone, with a partner, and me being thankful that they went out, or that they just, went out with their friends, or they just had to work, or they just had to, we had different work shifts, so I would get the house for myself. Like, I would really need that moment. And definitely I had, like, for example, my ex partners, they were like, oh, don't you want to be with me? Because they were a bit more like clingy and needy. And I was like, we already saw each other yesterday. Today I want to just lay down and read a book on my own, and not having you like next to me telling me like I need time for myself. I don't ask for much. I need silence. I need to be by myself. And this doesn't mean that, because it's not that I'm hiding or that, no, it's like, if you leave, it's better because I need some me time. Like, I need it. I promise that when we are together, we're going to spend time together, and I'm going to appreciate it, and I'm going to appreciate you. But if you are stuck with me 24/7, I feel like I cannot breathe. Like, I need my me time, And now that I'm older and I live by myself, I live on my own, I feel a sort of satisfaction with knowing that if I'm seeing people, that they live, that they are in their houses, like, and when we get together, we go out, or we go to each other's place, but then they leave. There's, I don't know, I just feel comfortable. I need my me moment. I need it. have three siblings, and we get along best when everyone is living their own lives. My sister and I got along the best when we were living on different continents. Yes, I have siblings, but I need my 2 hours daily alone. Like, go to sleep already. I will come in back. I will come in 2 hours. Yeah. Yeah, that yeah, that I used to do that also, Marushka. Like, you go and sleep, like, or you go and take a nap. I will be here. Like, I will mind my own business, you know. And I usually am a very silent person because either, you know, I'm reading. I usually like when this is why I think about the old days where, you know, internet wasn't, like, social media wasn't as much. So I was like, I have a lot of books, so I will always be reading. I have like a sort of like a booking. I have a book room, I would say, you know, where I would go and I have a comfortable sofa and I will be reading. You know, just being by myself. I'm not cheating on you. I'm just taking a time off. I'm taking a time off you to be with myself. I need it. By the way, you were so right in your readings for Sui and Jeonjun. I remember you said Jeonjun, but used to reach her best and blossom. She wrote a song for the new comeback, Plum Brew. Oh, really? I have to listen to it. Oh, she wrote a song for their new comeback called Bloom. Wow. And she's talking about her self-esteem. And Sui has been growing seriously. Her art is so beautiful. She's all smiles. Yeah. Oh. Okay, guys, I'm going to start because, you know, or enough with my ranting. I'm going to start. Hey ho, morning. Oh, yesterday I was telling Hope about some. I have been, because I don't know. I have this issue with some K dramas. I'm not feeling the K dramas, honestly. Like, I know I'm supposed to be excited about them. I feel like I like the old K dramas, the 2013, 14 K dramas, and I have been watching some Japanese dramas, so I am loving those more, even though it gets challenging to find a good website to watch them. And it's very uncomfortable because it has a lot of apps. But I was telling Hope in Discord, we have this movies section, and I was telling her that I found this this Japanese drama that is also very old, is for 2014, I believe, and it's about like a fake fortune teller. I don't know how it has a name I believe it's Goyo or Gomyo in Japanese. But he used to be a host. So he sort of mixes, he's a fake fortune teller, and he mixes his abilities as a host. And of course, because he's the male lead, he's supposed to be very intelligent, you know, like the typical male lead that is so intelligent and so observant. And he just, you know, every episode is about him fixing something, and discovering a secret, you know, and being a detective and fixing people's problems. But I was laughing because I was like, it does remind me of this Cafe Mancham, I believe it is very similar. I wonder if they sort of like got inspired on the Japanese drama, because when the guy gets a bit like on his intuitive mode, he grabs like a sort of like I don't know how it's called in English. It's like this thing. Um, it's like this prop that and the guy in the actor does the same, and also it's very similar, except now like in Cafe Mangdam they use the internet, or one of the guys that helps them that is a sort of hacker, so they get the information online instead of observation. And I was like, oh, that's so similar, but it was nice. It had 10 episodes and it was cute. Um, and then I found another one on TikTok that I don't know the name. The name in Japanese, I'm going to have to spell it to you guys somehow. But I found it because I found small clips on TikTok. And at first, I watched it because I thought that the guy looked cute. Actually, some people were like comparing this actor, this Japanese actor, to Enhypen Jongwon. They said that they look alike, so they were going to start watching this because of the guy. And it also has 10 episodes. At first I was like, what am I watching? Because it was like the girls. And actually, like, I was like, like, about the fangirl experience, the crazy fans. And it was so uncomfortable. I sort of hated the plot, because the fans, the girl fans, they were really crazy. But it was very interesting because at the end, it sort of gives you a message. So I continue watching, even though it was cringy. It was cringy. And it's about these three guys that it's not that they're idols, they are more like streamers. They are very famous YouTubers in Japan. So they do have their fans. They do have their fans, you know, the three of them, you know, they receive donations, you know, people buy them gifts, you know, they have a lot of fans that they are not called fans. They have a Japanese gaijin, something like this. And one of the guys, the first one that they introduce to you, he is a bit of a player, you know, so he usually has like, when he sees a cute fan, he usually has dates with said fan, and he sort of like, you know, sleeps around with some of them, and then he usually meets another one that is crazy than the other one, and they accuse each other, and it's like crazy how these girls, like, they stalk each other and they fight each other, they expose each other. Crazy behavior, but it's hilarious, crazy behavior. Then we have the other one that is the shy guy, that he's like, no, I don't date my fans, I don't date my fans. But he has a stalker that is like an underage, is a high school girl, that you have to, that image, like that, those episodes, I was a bit freaked out because I could see idols have those sort of interactions with fans. I think that this is why this series, it sort of gives you a very exaggerated view, but it can happen as well, of some people just like, especially when they live in the same country or when they live in the same town, I guess, you know, for us that we are far away, we don't know, we only know what we see online, but we don't get to meet them or just like, you know, go around where they live or where they work, you know. I don't have a same town over there, like 2 blocks away. But in this case, it's about these fans, like this high schooler, that she would meet him in a cafe, or she would somehow like bump into him, of course that she knows where his location is because she has been stalking him, so she knows. But this guy is very different from the others because he doesn't like the attention, and actually he gets a bit freaked out when people come up to him, and this girl, like, it would seem like she's a very sweet high schooler, but then she gets crazy, and once she's leaving the company and she enters the cab, like he takes a taxi, and she enters the taxi with him, and she's like, hello, like, where are you going? I'm going to the same place. And he's like, and she starts like harassing him, and he's like, wherever you go I will go. And he's like, I don't like it when people do this, I think that you shouldn't be following me around, like what if. And she starts like threatening him. She's like, okay, like if you don't go out with me on a date, I'm going to expose your location, I'm going to expose where you live. So he has to, like, he's like, but I cannot go out with you because you are a child, you are underage. And she like starts threatening him, like really gets creepy. So he has to go on a date. Like, oh my, no, it's so cringe, guys. It's so cringe. But I think that I sort of felt like, from the idol's perspective, also it's very interesting how they could have encounters with sasangs like this, and how they get paranoid when they meet new people, because they don't know if that person is just being themselves or if that person knows who they are and they are a fan and they start acting crazy. And you can see them in the eyes. So the anxiety it gives you, at least that's what I felt. I was like, oh my God, I would never be able to do what they do, because like definitely you must have definitely some trust issues, because the way they are being followed and how they get so bad when they read things online about them. Oh my. I'm sorry that I'm ranting about this, but I found it very interesting. And then on Star Plus, I did watch the other day a Japanese also drama that is called Someday I Will Be Someone's Girlfriend, or Someday I Will Be Someone's Girlfriend, or One Day I Will Be Someone's Girlfriend, it says. On Star Plus, you have season 1 that is available, and it's about the world of hostess and host, and also about this parasocial relationship, and how there's these people that what's going on with the person that gets involved in this parasocial relationship. For example, in the culture of hosts and hostesses, that you have to pay to be with that host that you like or that you prefer. But you also have competition, because if someone else pays more, the host goes to see this person. So, and also how the host or the person that is feeling like a host, like for them to experience love is not that easy, because they are being so used to being objectified, treated like objects and always sexualized, that they are incapable of forming a connection without feeling the trauma. And it's very interesting because on season 2, that I did find season 2, but I found it online. I like it more, season 2, because season 2 is about an idol. It's still about the host scene, but in season 2 there's an idol that because that these services are they're confidential, So because he doesn't have experience with women, I don't know, because they are so famous, he hires like a day, he hires a day with a hostess. So I could definitely see my bias going to these places. So, okay, he hires and then he goes and they have this very secluded place with this hostess, of course, beautiful woman. And he spends the most of the time just talking about himself, you know, and then he starts developing feelings for the hostess and the hostess for him. But then, you know, they go on a date and there's a fan because this hostess somehow like he was doing a live stream and she sort of donated money. So when you donate money, it's sort of like your picture comes out on the screen. So there was this fan that she noticed that this girl make like huge donation, and that he said thank you to the name of the person. So she started stalking, and she find out that this person was a hostess, where she was working. That because then this guy, he was like sort of like exposed on the internet by another ex-girlfriend. So he was so heartbroken that then he started like seeing the hostess because he needed someone to talk to. He just needed someone to talk to, and she was very, very nice. And then they start dating. So it shows like also for her as a hostess to develop feelings for him. She couldn't do her job properly. That is sleeping with other men for money. Um, and he was like, oh, you know, you should give up your job because, you know, I'm doing well, like, you don't have to work like this anymore. And she had this sort of conflict about like, no, I don't want to, I want to make my own money. Like, why do you want me to quit this? Like, do you want me to quit this because you think that I'm unworthy of you or you're ashamed of me? And at the same time, because he had these crazy fans, because she wanted to sue the crazy fans. And he was like, no, you cannot sue my fans. But why? They are commenting online, they spread my information, my photograph. And he's like, no, you cannot sue my fans because this will get me in trouble with the other band members. So it's very interesting. It's very interesting. And I think that at the end, she didn't stay with him because she was like, you know, actually, like me living as a hostess, I'm making much more money than him as an idol. So it's all fictional. But I was like, that's interesting. That's an interesting view. I was like, oh. Hmm. They copy each other all the time. If one drama does well, you bet it will get a Japanese, Korean, Chinese, Thai adaptation. Yeah, I don't know much, but I get a deja vu. I'm like, this is similar. Speaking about fortune telling, Jeongjung seems to love it. In her blog of the tour, she's getting a tarot reader by one of the managers. And on Bubble, she said again about getting fortune told. Oh. I wish they would stop calling it fortune telling because it's not like they're reading your fortune. It's what's available. Then with it you can make what you want. Thank you, Tetralino. Hey, Natasca. Nayon Stalker went outside her house. Thankfully, it is a building, so he couldn't get outside. Also, Momo lives with her. I heard lately that even women over 30 have been getting delusional and following celebrities. Oh, till now it was mostly teen and women in their 20s. But I swear that after I watched that, I got so disgusted by these crazy people. I know it's exaggerated, but the anxiety it gave me. Like, oh my God, like get away from me. Like, why are you following me around? Oh, no. I don't know how they do it, guys. I don't know how famous people do it because I wouldn't be able to sleep. Like, no. From time to time, I get a bit stressed in time in dealing with a control crowds. Yeah, it gives you this sense of like, this is not okay, this is not okay. That's why these women mostly fall in love with their bosses on Sims. My allergies are kicking me too, Samara. When I started, like I actually like I couldn't speak because I had trouble with my throat because of allergies. In some of the chats, there are people who seem very aggressive about their feelings towards idols. I know it's just talk, but I'm comfortable enough to leave. I'm not into the objectification. Yeah, like after watching that, I was like, oh my god, like this is, I don't know, like it just feels so uncomfortable. Like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? It doesn't. It's not right. It's not right. Okay, guys, I'm going to start with the readings. Okay, I'm going to read for Bada Lee and SM artist relationship. How do they feel about each other? What do they think about each other? Okay, Bada Lee, she got 3 cards. We start with the Ten of Swords for Bada Lee's, 7 of Swords, and the Chariot. And then from the SM artist, we have the Emperor and the Wheel of Fortune. And the relationship, we have the Queen of Swords. So I wonder what is the status with Bada Lee? Like, how did she, like, has she worked with SM for a while? Because I don't know why. I think that she didn't had like the great experience at first. But I think that there's something about, you know, there's something about her like feeling a bit defeated, like sort of also mentally exhausted. I think that it has to do with maybe like working for idols or companies, and also she has the Chariot. So there's something about her finally like being like, oh God, thank God that, like, was she like overworked or she had a lot of work with SM or with other companies? Because I feel like she felt under a lot of pressure. And somehow with the Seven of Swords, there's something about her like walking away from this, or sort of like maybe giving work to other choreographers and be like, yeah, you do it, because you know I'm mentally exhausted. Like I cannot do it. Like I cannot think straight. I'm tired. Like, and also with the Chariot, probably it has to do about her being able to move on from working with so many companies, or just taking, I don't know why I feel like she takes a lot of projects, or maybe, I don't know if it's SM, maybe she had worked for different SM artists. So it seems like, you know, like there's a sense of like, I cannot mentally, you know, I cannot do this, you know, it's a lot, like, you know, it's a lot. And I see her like sort of wanting to, you know, run away from responsibilities and be like, you know, I came up with excuse, and it's like, you know, I have to go. I cannot do this. You better give this to someone else, you know. And her finally being like, yeah, I'm on my way to something greater. Or I think that it has to do with independence. I don't know if maybe she's working for herself or she's building something for herself, but now she's feel like she's like on way to bigger things, and maybe it has to do, with her getting more recognition for her name, but not so much for, being the mind or the planner behind certain things, because I see her like mentally exhausted. Like, I don't know if she had to work a lot, but the girl wasn't, she wasn't, like, her mind just couldn't take it anymore. I don't know if she had like a sort of a creativity crisis or what, but she was overwhelmed. Oh, she has been working with them at least 5 years. She worked with Taeyong, his solo, also with Taeyong and 10. She worked with NCT. Yeah, yeah. I think that for her, she actually, like, it's not that she has a bad relationship, but I think that she was overworked, or she was like, her mind just couldn't take it anymore. Like, it was too much. It was too much. Or maybe I think that because there's this feeling of like, I cannot wait to get away from this. Maybe, she wasn't like, I don't see it something about money, but maybe, she just didn't want to do it. Like, she's thinking more about herself, and maybe branding herself, or building something for herself, and giving, the responsibility to, like, okay, guys, I will give you the idea, but you execute it, because for me it has been, I have a lot of projects. I cannot rest. Like, I feel so tired. I know that many of the dancers are busy choreographers that become busier after working with popular artists. Yeah, also these dancers and choreographers were on TV shows and competitions. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, about SM artists, how do they feel about her? Yeah, definitely. I mean, for them, I think that there's a lot of respect. Um, I definitely feel the vibe that she definitely worked with the men. I don't know if she worked with some female. She made the choreographers for some female artists of SM, but I get the men in the building, the masculine in the building, and I see that the guys, just like the artists, the SM artists, definitely they have a lot of respect. They have a lot of respect for her, but they also like. I don't know. I think that with the emperor, there's a mutual respect. It's not like, oh, I adore you. I think that they also feel like they are great themselves. The emperor is all about like a very established authority. So I think that for SM artists, it's like, yeah, she's great, but we also have great foundations, like maybe the artists that she made choreographer for, they also had their ideas, they also had their visions, they also had their styles. So it's more like, yeah, she was very helpful, but I also did my part, so I congratulate myself at the same time. It's like, yeah, like I know I made it look more amazing. But yeah, with the like with the Wheel of Fortune, I think that for them it's like, they probably are used to having different choreographers, so they are like, yeah, while she was with us, yeah, it was great, but we already moved on, like I already moved on, I think that there's something about SM artists also like claiming their power, and them being like, we are very skillful on our own, and like probably there were some parts that they were like, yeah, this actually was better because I made this change, or I introduced this change, or I did it like this. So actually I feel like I asserted my dominion. Also them feeling very respectful, but at the same time it's like, they feel like authority. I feel like whoever she worked for, they felt like they also had the experience, and they are like, yeah, like this was great, but they also have experience of their own. You know, they have their own opinions. At the same time, they have their own postures about what they want to do and what not. So I see them also very like authoritarian, like yeah, like I'm not going to praise you, like, you know, it's not like, oh, there she comes, you know. I feel that probably they feel like this maybe for others, but in this case I feel like whoever she works with, these people have a lot of authority when it comes to dances or choreographies. In the choreography department, that's what I'm saying. I feel like these people that she created the choreographies for, they were very experienced. They were also very set in their ways. They also were very much masters in the choreography. So it's like, yeah, her contribution was great, yeah, but we also made it our own. Like, it was also part of how amazing I am. But yeah, the relationship as an overall, yeah, the queen of swords. I mean, they could like also like. I think that there's something here about, you know, also she's gaining probably more opportunities, and she's also becoming like her own authority in the business. But they themselves, they also feel like, yeah, this was great. There's something about them, both of them feeling like authorities in this. You know, it's not like there's no like humility in here. You know, it's more like, yeah, we're both great and successful. Yeah, yeah, we work with successful people. Yeah, that's what we do. You know, so there's a lot of pride, and there's a lot of clear thinking. You know, there's a lot of clear of their position and their influence. Just from her side, you know, now like being on her way to greater things, she also asserts herself as a authority. But also from SM artists, yes, like it's like, yeah, but we also are authorities in our own. So yeah, it's a pleasure to collaborate, you know. But probably now, you know, her, you know, you have to pay her more if you want her now, because I see that she's becoming greater, you know, greater. Yeah, the emperor in there is like, I don't know who she worked with, but there's something like, you know, we are established artists in here. So it's like, you know, they assert their dominion as well. And I'm sure they also, this is why I think that maybe if for her, if she worked with a new group, maybe the group would be like, oh, like we're so excited that she is like doing this choreography for us, and we're like, yay! And for them it's like, yeah, this was fun, but you know, I also have my input, you know, my opinions about this. I want to change this. I have the authority to say that I don't like this. Can we do this again? You know, so I see that the artists also were very authoritarian in that sense, like asserting their dominion. You know, the emperor is more about like, here I am. You know, it's like, we're going to do this the way I want to. You have to please me. And also with the Wheel of Fortune, there's something about them, like probably not remembering much, like because they have different people, so it's like, okay, moving on, and we're working with another person. Hey, Fluffy. She's super tall. Yeah, she does seem tall. She does seem tall. I don't know who she was hanging out with. Was it RM? And she was like, no, it wasn't RM. It was with Taeyong, I believe, with BTS Taeyong at the party, and she looked very tall. Okay. I was RM. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember exactly. But I was like comparing. I was like, oh my. But yeah, she seems like she went through something. Like definitely the girl mentally wasn't okay. Like, what happened? Okay, now I'm going to read for NCT Taeyong and his friendship with the choreographer LeeJung. LeeJung. Taeyong. LeeJung. He loves her. He loves her. Literally. Okay, from Taeyong's perspective, we have the Queen of Cups and the Two of Cups. He loves her. He adores her. He adores her. She's like a mother for him. Like in this, is like she is for him. Is like she gets me. She gets me. She gets me. She gets what I need, what I want. Like I feel like also because you know, don't freak out, guys. When I say love, I'm not talking like intimately. But you know, the Two of Cups. It's also about when you meet your equal. You know, when there's this level of like, okay, what you project or how you show yourself is how I see myself. So you are like that soulmate, I would say. You know, like there's no need for us to use words. Like we get each other. Like you get what I want to do with this, what my idea is like I almost feel like probably like there's something like telepathically with them, you know, from Taeyong's perspective, it's like she gets me, like she gets what I want to express as an artist, like she's so my style, like she definitely, like I feel like he's like, okay, if it's something that she creates, I know I'm going to like it, something like this, you know, very very sweet. And from her side, she has the Hierophant and the Lovers. So, in the relationship, we have the Devil. So, yeah, from her side, I think that she is, from her side, she's much more professional. I think that from her side is more like, yeah, this is what I do. She probably has a huge respect for the institution. I don't know if she had worked for SM before. I know she's part of YG, so but there's something about her just being probably very traditional when it comes to like I don't know, she has a value, she has values, she has a vision that she's very faithful. I don't know if this has to do with her being from YG and she's like, wherever I go, whenever I go, and I go and bring the YG style. So I think that for her is like it's like she has a strong values or she has like a strong style. So it's like what she does is very much like where she comes from. You know, with the Hierophant, it shows a bit of loyalty, I would say, loyalty to her background. But also with the Lovers shows flexibility. I think that she is, first of all, with the Lovers, I think that she's someone that, I don't know why it gives me Libra vibes, that she knows how to adapt to what, you know, what the company wants out of her or what Taeyong wants for him. And for his image, you know, but actually she's very serious. Like she definitely, the girls knows the business and she knows who she's working for. So she has the adaptability is like, okay, if you like my style, that's great. But she's very attached to her roots. You know, I don't know where she learned to dance or what style of dance is the one that she uses the most. You know, maybe people know about her choreographies and her style, but she's very loyal to this. You know, a bit traditional. I would say that I wouldn't be surprised if she sort of like copies, not copies, repeats certain choreographies that she's done before or certain styles. But with the Lovers, she's also she's like a great negotiator. She knows how to negotiate. You know, she knows how to adapt to what her client wants. I don't know why I get the word client, but yeah, it's something like this. She's also very charming. This is something that she knows. She's rigid, but at the same time, like she's very loyal to someone. I don't know, someone, a company. I don't know what. Maybe she has her own company. She's very loyal to her vision, but at the same time, she's also very playful. You know, the lovers. It gives me like. Gemini vibes, you know, very flexible, very fast. She's like, okay, I will adapt. Like, I already have, like, I have a style, like, you know, I honor my style, I honor my roots. But if you want to change it a bit, you know, we can do it. And also, if you notice in the lovers, we have a couple, we have two people. And also from Taeyong, we have the Two of Cups. So there's definitely this unity, you know, this collaboration. Definitely there's this collaboration. Like, you know, I want you to be satisfied with the decision that we take, with the decision that we made about what you want to achieve. So she's so professional. But yeah, in the middle we have the lovers. Again, if you notice in the lovers, we have like not only the lover, we have also two people. But these people are in chains. So um, there's a lot of like two people, you know. So I feel that both of them probably have this. I don't know if it's like probably Taeyong just loves to work with her, so he always goes to her. Like it seems like an attachment, you know. Like I enjoy working with you, so I will keep calling you, or I will keep talking to you and asking for you because I resonate with what you do. So there's a bit of an attachment, you know. And from her side, I see it more like ambition, you know, like, okay, like I'm doing this because, I don't know, they're paying well or they give me certain like benefits. And also there's something about like, I'm not letting go of this opportunity. This opportunity is golden. So I think that is from Taeyong being just like really liking her and from her side being very professional. I think that they will continue working for a long time and probably like advising each other on other matters, you know, just on other artistic things. I think that probably they talk a lot. They just get each other. I don't know. I don't know much about this girl, but she seems very like Taeyong loves her. Okay, let's move on to Blackpink Jisoo Romantic Life for 2024. Oh, a lot of pentacles. A lot of pentacles. A lot of pentacles. Wow. Yeah, no love in here. No romance. It's all work. But it looks bright. It looks shiny. And I see a man. I see someone. Yeah. Okay. For Jisoo romantic life in 2024, we start strong with the King of Swords. So there's a man in here. Um, Seven of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and then the card from the Oracle, we have Saturn in Gemini, concentration. So see all the mouse and all these swords in here like flying, people talking. I see people talking. This is a new ship sailing, guys. This is maybe probably they're going to let go of the other guy, and they're going. There's a new guy in town. There's a new guy coming, a new potential ship for Jisoo. They probably finally are going to let the other poor guy alone, or not. Probably they're going to see this and be like, oh, that's the actor. This is no drab actor. I believe it's someone new, but you know, you can adapt the interpretation to whatever you think. Yeah, definitely this is a potential co-star, someone, because there's a lot of cards of work. So this is not someone that, this is not just like, someone that is like a friend, you know, someone that is just like a casual acquaintance. Or no, this is a star. This is a star. This is someone that is a star, someone that is probably like her age or older, someone that has a very clear mind and just a very clear and cutting way of communication. This is someone that confronts you with the truth. You know, someone that can be a bit cold, but also is very authoritarian. He can cut people with his words. You know, he probably is not that emotional. He's not that sweet. He's much more like focused on the present and the future. And he's like, you know, he always has like just the right comment on, and that's it. I definitely think with the Three of Pentacles in the middle, it's a collaboration, it's a work. I think that this could start slow because we have the Six of Pentacles, so definitely there's something about him having to build a connection with her because of work and because they have to work together or they have to collaborate. So there's something about him, you know, slowly putting the effort or slowly just like you know, being very consistent, but he's also very like, I think that this guy is very, how do you say this in English? It's very cautious. You know, he's very cold. He's like, okay, like, what do we have to do together? We have to build chemistry. Okay, I'm going to do it step by step. And for him, it's slowly, it's like, okay, I have to do this with you, I will do this. And also with the Six of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles, I think that the guy is a workaholic, definitely this man. Maybe this is a co-star, this is an actor. And it's something, you know, like he's very picky about details. He's very picky about you know, let's study, let's do this, like let's continue do this, like, okay, like, you know. So I see him being very professional, and I mean, I think that he's very interested initially in making this work successful, because at the end we have we have the Ace of Pentacles, so I think that for him it's more about like, okay, we have to build a chemistry, or we have to get to know each other because we are going to work together. So in order to make this grow or to make this better, you know, we should hang out more, or we should see each other more, we should practice more, we should, you know, everything very, very practical, very, but the good thing is that, you know, it could, I don't know if to say if we could develop feelings, because I don't see feelings. But I think that definitely this guy is not someone that rushes into relationships, even if he has some intentions on her, because we are talking about her love life. So if he comes here first card, is definitely because he's going to be important in her romance life or in her romantic life. So definitely there's a reason why he's showing up. And even though there's a lot of cards of work, I also can see the relationship starting as a work relationship and then slowly turning into something else, maybe something serious. But I think that from his side, he's not that romantic. It can turn into a relationship. I tried to clarify the Ace of Pentacles, and I got the Ace of Cups. So what more can I say, guys? I think that this is going to be a great year for Jisoo's love life. I think it's going to be a great year. I think she's going to do well in this work thing that she has with this man, and it can, you know, it can choose, like, you know, they can start something. Sorry guys, I'm back. Honestly, I see it slow. I see that this guy is very, I don't know why he gives me Virgo vibes, but I don't think that he could be a Libra or something like this. But I think that he's just very strategic. You know, he's very strategic. I don't see him putting that much excitement, except when it has to do with work and practice and just like being better and better. You know, he has a bit of OCD, so I think that he doesn't feel that romantic. But I don't know, maybe she likes that. You know, she likes that the guy is very, it seems like he starts slow, you know, and probably this allows for them to open up, you know, and to create this connection in their own timing, you know, and her also not feeling overwhelmed. But I think that for him, he's very detached. You know, he controls everything. He controls himself a lot. Like, he controls what he says, how he does things. So he definitely gives me this vibe of that. If he has some interest in her, or if he has some intentions with her, he's not going to show it. He's going to act like a friend, or he's going to act like, he's going to treat her like the way he treats others. You know, like, he's so professional like this. He is an authority. You know, he thinks about himself first. But at the same time, he tells no lies. He's very straightforward with the truth. He doesn't fake it. He doesn't fake it. But I see that he has a bit of trust issues. It could be that he's a bit... he doesn't trust people, and also there's something, I don't know why I get this vibe that he's not impressed with pretty faces anymore. It's like he's over that, you know. I don't know, maybe, I don't know how old he is, but it seems like he went through his own ship. I don't know if he had a ship, or he had a partner, or he had this, you know, crazy romantic story. I don't know. But yeah, with the kind of concentration, see, I think that is more about them just wanting to concentrate on what's important, that it has to do with work. And this is why maybe in this process of them learning to get along, or to learning to work together, then they start developing feelings, but it feels very cold. But yeah, stable, because we have a lot of pentacles, so definitely they will be very professional and just patient, patient. But maybe this is the kind of guy that she likes, someone that doesn't rushes, maybe she doesn't want that. Okay, I'm going to read for N Team 2024 for them. Why did I get all these reversals? Oh, I was holding the deck wrong. I'm sorry, trying to correct them. I was like, why all of a sudden I get all these reversals? And it's because I was holding the deck upside down. It's okay. It's looking okay. Okay, for N Team, we start with the Chariot, King of Cups, King of Wands, a lot of Kings, Free of Wands, sorry, and Seven of Swords. And from the Oracle, they got the card of Moon in Virgo, Moon in Capricorn, practicality. Practicality. Yeah. I get a lot of ego here, a lot of ego, like I don't know why I feel like these kings, either who are managing these groups, this N Team, who are the managers of this? Because since they are kings, I don't think that is about the members, because the members are very young, so I don't see them in the energy of a king. But I think that there's a lot of power struggles between CEOs or managers, between people being like, we should advance with this. My idea is that we do this. We should do this for the guys. Let's do this. And there's someone else that comes in the way, and it's like, no. That's not the correct vision. We should do this, the other way. I see these two, sort of discussing the style, discussing the way they want to do things. Maybe they have two managers, I don't know, but I don't see the guys. It's like they seem to advance, because we start with the Chariot, so definitely some things are moving about the guys. Definitely, like, they could be working on something. But seeing these two kings in here, I think that it has more to do with someone famous, or I don't know if it's about if these are members. These are two members that have different personalities, and one of them is more famous than the other, or one was, I don't know, mentioned in here, or one has more fans and the other one has another fans. So there's two that stand out in here. But I think that there's this have labels. I mean, I think that who runs them, they definitely wants them to move on and succeed, and just like, okay, let's plan, let's go, like, let's do more, like, let's. But then I have the Seven of Swords, so I'm like, what are you doing? what are your like it's great what you're planning, but why does it feel like you're just doing it because you want this to be done with? It's like you're doing it because you have a sort of a timeline. You have a someone telling you like, okay, time's up. Like, did you come up with something? And he'd be like, oh yeah, here, this is my idea. Like, let's do this with the guys. This is the new concept. Here, I deliver it to you. So thank you. I feel like a way of sort of escaping responsibilities. It's like, yeah, my idea was great. We made some advances because I feel like there's some advances. There's going to be some advances. But at the same time, I don't see stability. I don't see stability. I think that they can come up with crazy ideas and new things for the guys. But there's something about a lot of like competition, like whose idea was better. Instead of making the group promote more or have just more stability, it's more like I just want this to be over. Like okay, like the fans want something. Okay, guys, this is what we came up with. Here, so you can be satisfied that that we are advancing, that we are moving on with this project, and they're literally a pair with a husband, so it hurts them in some way. Yeah, I tried to clarify the Seven of Swords, and I got the Five of Swords. So could it be controversy? A controversy with some member? There's a sense of escapism. There's a sense of like, okay, like how can we get away from this as fast as possible? It's sort of giving you a hint that, yeah, we're working, we are taking care of this. Definitely the guys are active, we are doing our best, we are being passionate about it, but then they disappear. Or then probably there's a feeling of the fans being left with not much. So it's like, what are you doing? And I don't know if maybe there's a sort of something that can come up with maybe someone saying something controversial and just getting away with it and just like, I don't know. I think that this feels very green still. It feels very like they are pushing it, because somehow I think that they feel like the date is due. Like they are like, okay, we have to get this out, because it's been so long, and we are being told that we have to get this out. So yeah, let's do this with the guys, because fans are waiting, or there's some like time is up, something like this. So let's just throw whatever, yeah. And also with Moon in Capricorn, practicality. Definitely they need to focus a bit more on working on their practical side. They need to practice. It's not about practice, but they need to build something. They need to have a sort of routine. They need to have a consistent effort. People want consistency. People want consistency. They don't want just a flash of content and then the guys disappearing. Or then, a member appearing and saying something, and then the other ones, you are like, okay, but where is the rest? I don't know why I don't feel the vibe of the guys. And if these are the members, maybe these are two that are like the most talked about, and then from the others you're like, who are they? Like, or if they're missing, I don't know. Do they do that? Does someone know if the guys actually introduce themselves as a whole group? Because I don't know why I feel like they would send some members and maybe just like forgetting about the others, or just sending the popular ones and then the others you know nothing about. But yeah, I mean, this could be a year where they are going to try to fix something, but the management seems very messy. Very, very messy. Like, I don't know, there's not teamwork. There's not teamwork. Yeah, like, I don't know why I get that they lack stability, and also they don't have an identity. I don't know. Like, it seems like something is missing. Like, was this a group that was made with conscious? You know, what this group made with a purpose, or was this just launched because they just needed to launch a group? Okay. I'm going to do a personality tarot reading for RIIZE Eunseok to see what his personality is like, and then I'm going to pull some cards to see what his 2024 is going to be like. Okay. And this is the moment where this, like, salesperson of, like, this is Latin America, guys. If you can hear the guy, like, shouting with, this is how it's things are sold in Latin America. I don't know if you have them in other parts of the world, but we have that salesperson that just pass over the streets, sort of shouting. Exactly, Agira. Exactly. I'm like, like, this is the time of day. This is the time of day. And I don't know. See. I was like, why did he stop talking all of a sudden? Where is he? I don't know why. I feel like he's in this block. He's on the street. But you know, they evolve actually, because I remember when I was younger that there was a guy that he would be like having a sort of carriage with a horse, and the horse would be carrying the carriage with the guy, and he would be like shouting. But now it has evolved. He has a truck, so you know, he has evolved. Thank God the horse retired, because I hate to see like when they use horses like this. There's still some very poor parts of the country that they use still horses to carry that, which is very unfortunate, because the horses looked very like just so skin and bones, and it's just so sad. But well. Um, so yeah, I'm sorry that I'm ranting. Just that I wanted him to just like be done talking. Okay. Okay. For RIIZE Eunseok personality, I only pulled 3 cards, guys. And we got the card of rebel, poet, and the card of slave. So I don't know why I don't know why I covered it if he's not naked, but you know, it's just someone having some strings on. Yeah, I feel that definitely does give me Pisces vibe. It definitely does give me Pisces vibe. The rebel, I don't know if you see them, like it's a hippie person. But I think that he's definitely very Pisces, but a very interesting mix with Pisces and probably a bit of Aquarius. But I think that he's just someone that there's something about him like on purpose, just like not following what others tell him to do. I think that he probably, it's not that he doesn't follow the rules. I think that he acts like he's not present, you know, like someone that gets distracted a lot and he's like, oh yeah, I have to do this. Oh yeah, I wasn't paying attention, you know, and this is his strategy. You know, he rebels in that way, you know, sort of acting clueless or acting like he's not paying attention, but actually is his way to oppose to whatever they are trying to tell him to do. You know, he has a part of him where he's like, you know, I like probably he enjoys being an idol or being an artist, but then there's part of him that he probably wants to sabotage a bit his image, or maybe if fans like want to you know, put some labels on him, he's like, yeah, I could do that or not, or I could just do the opposite, you know. And but also with the card of poet and slave, I think that inside he's a very sweet person. This is why I get that he's so Pisces, because he is an artist. Like really, he's very sensitive. He loves to perform. He loves to sing. He loves. I don't know if he's a singer or a rapper, Eunseok, but there's something about him just enjoying being an artist. You know, he probably feels like this is his way to communicate how he feels inside or how he feels, you know, his sensitivity. You know, he probably feels like, okay, I feel so many emotions, like I need. He probably is very good at writing lyrics as well. I see him very. I feel like he's very inspired to create, but also there's something about him wanting to express how he feels, you know, and but not so much about how he feels like individually. He's much more like universally, you know, like, okay, how does human feel, you know. This is why it's very Pisces. It's very expansive. It's about, you know, us, everyone, the humanity, you know. It's not about him, like, okay, how do I feel. But yeah, with the card of a slave, I think that he's someone that sort of surrenders to his role. He probably believes in destiny, and he's like, okay, if this is the role that I was assigned, like I was assigned to do this, to be an artist, to be of service to others, to entertain others, I will do it gladly. Like I think that he is. This is why when he got the card of rebel, I think that he's someone that he doesn't do it on purpose. You know, he's not going to start a rebellion against, you know, the company or against his people. He's not that active. Actually, I see that he's a bit of a dreamer. You know, he probably can have some dreams or aspirations of, you know, sort of like be rebellious and not doing what he's told. But at the end, he is with the archetype of the slave. He sort of feels like this is his calling, you know, and that he has to sort of surrender to what his destiny is. He feels very devoted to this, you know. He's like, okay, I was put on earth to develop this role, to be here, to be this, and I'm going to do my best. Like, I don't see him like, probably he's in a period of his life where he doesn't know who he is individually or very deep inside. He only knows that he is a poet inside, or that he is a sensitive person and that he is an artist. So probably still he feels like okay, big part of my personality is being an entertainer, or is being in this group and is being with my members. So he has to expand yet his whole personality, but still is very much about like, okay, I adapt to whatever role they give me, like whatever they tell me that I have to do, you know, like, okay, I have to work on this, I have to get better with this. I don't see him being very resistant, you know, he doesn't resist. It's just that he just, I think that it's really hard to get his attention, you know, with the rebel part. I think that he does this on purpose. I don't know if he's a bit of a joker, you know, he's a bit of, that he spoils things on purpose, or he just says things that you're like, really? Did you say that? So he is a bit like, he wants to be different. I think that he wants to bring a bit of unexpected side to his character. He probably wants to just shock people, you know, and it's like, oh, you didn't expect me to be like this, you know. Typical Pisces behavior, you know, typical Pisces behavior of like, you know, just like shocking people. And I think that it's very interesting how he can be anything, you know, he can be a shapeshifter. But one thing that he does have is that he has this, with the slave card, the archetype, he has this willingness to adapt to his role and to whatever he has to do for the group. He's not, you know, he's not a guy that you're going to see him complain about his life. He's like, no, I choose this. Like, this is my destiny. This is what I do. At least at this point in my life, this is what I do. So, you know, he's just very, very devoted to this profession, I would say, to him being an artist. But he is a poet inside. He has ideas. He has things that he wants to show, you know, he wants to inspire people, or probably make them feel strong emotions. Very patient, very patient. But yeah, probably at first, the first impression is that he can be a bit rebellious. But then when you interact with him, you realize that he's just a guy. He's just a guy. Okay, 2024 for him, for Eunseok. Yeah, the typical Pisces card, 7 of Cups. We start with the 7 of Cups for Eunseok, 4 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, and I pull an extra card, Knight of Wands. Yeah, I think that definitely he seems to have a bit of confusion in 2024. Sometimes he feels like he has a certain freedom to choose opportunities, and he's like, okay, this is my shot. This is the best that I can do. But then I feel like he sort of is a bit stubborn about certain things. I think that there are moments where he just, I don't know why I think about he probably just misses his freedom. I don't know what he did before being an idol, but there's something about him being just thinking and fantasizing about like, okay, like what if I had a different life, even though he doesn't regret it, but there's something about him still fantasizing about it. I don't know why. Is there a reason why probably he still doesn't entirely feel like part of the group? Um, I think that he's working on this. Definitely, this is why I wanted to clarify the Ten of Swords, because he feels a bit like, overwhelmed with a lot of, like he feels like he has to catch up with the others, or he feels like he has to, there's something about him like being like telling himself like stay grounded, don't lose your, don't start like, don't get your heads in the cloud, don't start fantasizing, stay grounded, stay with the group, stay with what you have to do, like stay with your role, stay with your with your talents, like hold on very tight to your talents, like you can do this, you can do this. And then, with the Ten of Swords, he has a bit of a fear. I don't know if maybe he felt like he fears not being good enough for the group, or he feels like, okay, like maybe I can lose something. He's just feeling like, okay, I have to be grounded, I have to be stable. But then, with the Knight of Wands, I see him actively wanting to defeat this mentality, this fear, this fear that I think that is not about today or this year. I think that is something from before. So I don't know if he feels the pressure sometimes. He feels the pressure of, keeping up with the others, and also showing his talents, and also like showing up and being the best. And I think that for him it's not so much like I want to do better. It's more like I want to stay in this. I don't want to lose I don't want to lose my place in the group. I don't want to lose my stability, my role. I think that sometimes he has this fear of losing it. This is why I was like, okay, I don't know about him, but maybe from time to time he feels a bit like, maybe I'm lacking in certain aspects. I think that also he fantasizes a lot. This is very Pisces. He fantasizes a lot. He probably thinks like, oh, but what if I had chosen this and then do this? But I see him like fighting this. I see him fighting this. He has fears. He has fears. Either he has fears for the group or the stability of the group, or he fears about his influence in the group. He's like, okay, what can I do to help the group maintain this stability? It seems like, because if you think about the Four of Pentacles, it's about someone that had earned something. He had earned this stability. He had earned these four pentacles. So he's like holding on very tight to this, because this is what he had earned, or this is his stability. So maybe he fears about the group stability. He's like, okay, we had earned so much together, and I have a fear that we could lose it, or maybe they are also being brainwashed or told like, be careful, like don't mess up, don't say something out of place, be careful, like don't do this, like watch out. There's a bit of like him feeling like so many voices in his mind that he cannot help but feel negative sometime from time to time, and he'll be like, I have to focus, I cannot lose my place, my role in here. But I see him being very brave and just getting out of this. But yeah, it's going to be challenging for him. But it's all in his mind. He's a guy that probably, he's not going to tell you like, okay, like I have negative thoughts, or I have fears about this, about us, about the group.
No, he's just like he keeps it to himself, but from time to time he worries. He just worries about the group because they had earned something, and he just doesn't want to be spoiling it. And it's not. He's going to do great. It's just that probably he has the fear. He has the fear of, what if I'm the one that says something wrong? And, you know, being a bit like fearful and fatalistic. But we know sometimes, idols are criticized for the smallest things. So it makes sense that he has a fear of, what if, someone doesn't like me, or what if they don't like the way I perform, or he has a bit of insecurities. Still, he needs time. He needs time to, settle. I'm fighting with this bag. But yeah, I don't know why reading for this guy, reading for Eunseok, it feels, I feel so, I don't know how to say it. And this is probably because he's a very Pisces guy. But I feel very confused. I feel like in attack of different. When you get I don't know if you ever experience it, guys. But I feel like I'm getting perceptions, or I'm getting an intuition from different parts. When I think like, oh, it's this, and then I get this, and no, it's this, and also it's this. So this is why I did the personality, and also I did the general reading. But I feel like even though I pulled few cards for him, there's something about him just having these different waves of emotions, and just like different moods. There's something about him having different moods, different characters even, that is a lot. Is a lot. Is a lot. He's a very complex guy. He's a very complex guy. And he probably worries a lot. He worries a lot, but he doesn't say anything. He's very brave. This is why he got the Knight of Wands at the end, because he's a very active, very brave guy. But inside, he's deeply insecure. He's very insecure. He's very insecure. But he's insecure because he knows that he has something to lose. RIIZE has earned a lot. Like, they had earned recognition, they had do a lot, they had done very well, and everything happened, and it's happening so fast for them that I think that it makes sense that sometimes he doesn't know where to run. He's like, okay, but what if I make a mistake? Or what if the fans don't like me? Or what if they find something that they don't like about me, and then they judge me? And what if I make a mistake? It can be different things for him. But just as they come, they can go. It's not that he's going to be haunted for this forever, but it feels confusing. It feels like as if I don't know. I have to look at his birth chart. I need to look at his birth chart. I need to look. I don't know if Fluffy is around, but I will have to ask her to look for me, or if she has it, if she has this guy birth chart. If she has this guy birth chart, and if she does have it, if she can share it on the astrology part of Discord. Because I feel like I'm being bombarded with different energies from him. Like, I get this vibe that he could have like Aquarius placement. Of course, he's a Pisces, but he has Aquarius placements and then Aries placements. he also has a bit of Aries because his birthday, I believe, is the 19th, then March 19th. So I don't. I think that yeah. But yeah. She left. Okay. But he's a mix. Like this is why I don't want to say like yeah he's sweet, he's intuitive, but then he also has a part where he's very like he's a warrior. You know, when he sets his mind, you know, he's like very like he can fight. You know, he can also like get on action. You know, and it's like okay, I'm done with the you know, done with the self-pity or with the pity party. I don't know how, because he's sensitive, but at the same time, he's a bit grumpy. You know, it's like, no, we shouldn't be like this. You know, like, why are you being like this? Why are you being so, like, so negative? So, yeah. Yeah. Um, so he's interesting. He's interesting. He's definitely interesting. But I think that we shouldn't like do you know this person, Samara? I don't know who she is. Okay, guys, I'm going to go because it was 2 hours. But yeah, I will see you on Wednesday. Um, I will do the intimate series for 17. So it's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. But yeah. So yeah. I'm going to do that. And then if there's another question or you want to mention another idol, we can do it. But yeah, I'm going to continue with the intimate readings, intimate fantasies for 17 members. And yeah, that's what we're going to do on Wednesday at the same time, and also here on YouTube because I tried Twitch and it didn't work. So yeah, I'm still going to keep being here on YouTube until I don't know, maybe one day I will learn how to use it. But since I'm doing it with my phone, I'm not going to be uploading or downloading some programs. Because you know here you know the channel, you're subscribed, so yeah, we can do it here and we already know how it works. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for being here. Have a great Sunday and have a great start of the week. For you guys, the ones that have to work and study, have a great week. Let's survive this spicy season, please. Bye.